Hello, welcome to the Dream Big Series Season 2. My name is Christiana Adra Amwafo Asare, a pupil of North Legon School Complex. I'm so excited today. I am at the Tank Palace Hotel at South Airport Residential Area in Accra to meet a former director of SOS. He is now a consultant and a current president of the CIMG, Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana. I'm sure you are curious to meet him. Come with me to meet him. Mr. Kojo Mattah, please, you were once a child. Who were your parents and where were you born?
My father's name is Mattah, and my mother's name is Sarah Dejo. They are both deceased. I was born in a town called Wei, near Keta, in the Volta region. The beautiful thing you can find in Wei is a lighthouse, Cape St. Paul Lighthouse. That's where I was born.
Please, how was it like for you growing up?
It was fun growing up because my mother, I wouldn't say a strict disciplinarian, but gave me all the guidance that I needed. However, she will not condone wrongdoing. I remember one time on our Children's Day, I decided to wear her perfume. And when I came back, I went to wash down. The perfume wouldn't go. Eventually, I was found out. And when you are found out, something must follow. I have never forgotten. I had a lot of adventure. She allowed me to go fishing in the Keta Lagoon, not because I needed to, but because I must also grow up knowing that you should provide for things that maybe she will not be able to do. But it was fun. In those days, we did not have light, so we have to use lanterns to study. It was not the easy thing to do, but we went through. So I would say it was fun growing up.
You are a chartered accountant, a chartered marketer. Please tell us about these two areas of your work.
I actually enrolled to study accountancy at Accra Polytechnic. At that time, I was working as an accounting trainee at a firm called Ayu Ajuman Texan & Co. I moved on to Beniana and Partners, and that was where I qualified as an accountant. The area, as an accountant, I got employment at Barclays Bank. I was the head of finance, and my responsibilities included preparing the financial statements and leading the budgets and budgetary control issues. As an accountant, I must make sure that returns are submitted to our international offices. A marketer, I haven't practiced a lot, but I have used it in my work at SOS Children's Villages and other things I'm doing now.
Which school did you attend? What were the subjects you studied at school to become a chartered accountant and a chartered marketer?
I went to primary school at a Zion school in my village, Vui Zion. From there, I went to Keta Secondary School. I had my O levels there and had my A levels at New Job and Secondary Commercial. I couldn't make it to the university. And as I told you, I had to enroll at Accra Poly. And that's why I started my accountancy training. We study subjects like principles of accounting, auditing, taxation, financial accounting, cost accounting, management accounting. And eventually I chartered as an accountant. In marketing, we studied subjects like integrated marketing communication, integrated marketing strategy, planning and control, analysis and decision. Many years after I have qualified as an accountant, I decided to do a master's program. And that was when I left Barclays in 1999. However, I had to defer the admission and worked with another bank for a year or so. And then I went to Cardiff University in Wales. It was there that before then I had started the marketing course. I was left with one subject to finish. So I had to combine that with my master's program and came back and continued to work in Ghana.
You worked as a finance manager at Barclays Bank of Ghana. From there, you moved to the Metropolitan and Allied Bank, and then to SOS Children's Village as National Director. You are also on many boards. What is SOS? And could you please share your experience as a National Director with us?
SOS Children's Village is an organization that takes care of orphaned and abandoned children. The children are provided with caring homes. They are given mothers to take care of them. They are made to grow up in the village as siblings. At the time I went to SOS, there were two villages, one in Tema and the other in Esiakwa. During my time, we built two more villages, one in Kumasi and the other in Tamale. We actually built these two villages at the same time. It was a lot of work shuttling between Kumasi and Tamale to supervise these projects. So I would say some project management I learned was brought to bear on the execution of these projects. So as National Director, my job was to make sure that the project heads, like the village director, the school heads, I provide them with the leadership to be able to manage their projects. And during my time too, we introduced another program called Family Strengthening Program. And this is the program that provides opportunity for children who would otherwise will not be able to take care of them in the SOS villages. We had the opportunity to take care of them in their whilst they live with their families. So as National Director, I provided the leadership for my project heads to be able to work, and we achieve our results.
What are the challenges you face in your work, and how do you deal with them?
Every work had or has its own challenges. Most often, the challenges I faced was meeting deadlines. In Barclays Bank, or in banks generally, deadlines are very tight because your reports or returns must be submitted on time. And especially in international banks, all the countries must submit their returns so that consolidation can be done at the international level. and you cannot afford not to do that. It was one of the challenges, but how do you deal with that? You have to work smart, not hard. And it means you have to build your team around you to be on top of issues so that it doesn't take you forever to put your things together. And that's one of the ways that we dealt with it. We were on top of issues, we worked smart. In SOS, I'll say fundraising to even do this, the villages I told you about. You have to build confidence and trust in the sponsors for them to know that their monies are being put to good use. So we built the trust, and anytime they wanted reports or evidence that the projects are going on, you have to go and take the photographs, the pictures, and when they even visit, you have to take them round for them to see that whatever you claim you were doing, you were actually doing them.
You are the national president of the CIMG, Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana. What is CIMG about, and what do you do?
CIMG was established in 1981 as the Institute of Marketing Ghana, and the name was changed in 1992 to the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana. We also have the Ghana School of Marketing, where we train students and we conduct examinations, or we train them to write examinations to qualify as marketers. As an institute, we also champion the role and values of marketing in Ghana. We influence government policy on marketing in the country. We advocate for ethical marketing, and those are the things we do as an institute. As president, I lead the council to achieve the objectives that we set for ourselves. We support the secretariat for the institute to achieve its goals and objectives.
Who has influenced you the most?
I've been influenced by many people, my teachers, my parents, my siblings. But I'll say one of my eldest siblings have influenced me to become what I am today. He actually wanted me to take a different profession. Because I refused, he wasn't too pleased. And to prove that I think what I wanted to do is where my heart is, I have been influenced to make sure that failure is not an option. And I will say one of my eldest siblings have influenced me a lot.
Please, what do you do when you are not working?
When I'm not working, I listen to music. I love choral music. I sing. I love singing. And I read a lot. When I'm not working, these days with the internet, I'll be on the internet to check what is happening around us. So that's how I pass my time. I like sightseeing too. So I go walking around to see what nature is doing to us, or what we are doing to it.
How and where do you find inspiration?
I find inspiration when I help people to become more effective. I find inspiration when I support people to do things in a better way. That inspires me a lot, and that's why I try to help organizations to improve on their systems and processes. When something that takes you hours to do, I'm able to help you to do it in minutes. It inspires me a lot.
What are the books you read and why?
I love reading detective and crime books. It makes you get into the minds of people to know, even though most of these are fiction, at times they are real situations that have been written about. So it opens your mind to behavior of people. I also love reading leadership books. to sharpen my skills in leadership. I love John Maxwell books. I love Steve Covey books and Brian Tracy a lot. And these help me get more insight into leadership and sharpen my skills.
As a child, what did you dream about? And in what ways has those dreams led you to where you are now?
I don't know why I wanted to become an accountant. That had been my dream. And it's made me focus on even the choice of subjects. Maybe is divine, and that has been my dream, and that's the career I have chosen. So it's made me focus on what I am.
Could you please tell us something about your children and family?
I am the last of 4 siblings for my mother. May she rest in peace. I have 6 other half-brothers and 2 half-sisters. 2 of my half-brothers are deceased, 1 of my half-sisters too. I'm married. I have 4 children, 1 boy, 3 girls. The boy finished university last year and pursuing accountancy. I didn't influence him in his choice. The first girl wants to be a lawyer. She is at University of Ghana Law School. The second girl wants to be a telecom engineer, and she is at Ghana Technology University. The last girl just finished senior high. She is debating what she wants. I've given her time to think through what she wants to be. My wife does her own business. So that's my close family.
According to UNICEF, more than 1 in 4 children live in poverty in Ghana. What are your thoughts about it? Are there steps that can be taken to end child poverty in Ghana?
Poverty, yes, is real. Poverty is with us. You may not even need to go outside the city of Accra to see poverty. It's all around us. Most of it, I believe, we can overcome. My work with SOS exposed me to how we were able to help families. Even if they did not come out of poverty, we had made them take good care of their children. I believe with a little input. I told you about Family Strengthening Program. This was a program where we identify vulnerable families. We support them with income-generating activities. And Christina, you will be surprised that as small as 500 Ghana cedis could turn the fortunes of a family around. Can you imagine a woman who goes to buy 3 American tins, that's what we call olonka, of maize to prepare fanti kenki? And this is even on credit. All of a sudden, that woman can buy a bag of maize. Some people like that, with this support, could prepare this fanti kenki, go to sell in Nkoko, next market, Enyinam, another time in Kofodia. Families like that, who were able to take them or make them look after their children in better ways. The interventions that we tout around should not be handouts. They should be things that should target the families to improve on their income generation. I believe in doing this, we could take a lot of families out of poverty if we focus on wealth creation income generation rather than poverty reduction. That's my thought about it.
Could you please tell us a story that has made impact on your life?
I will tell you a story about a book I read many years ago. It's titled The Second Lady. It was written by Irving Wallace. This was at the peak of the Cold War, when the Soviets plotted a scheme. They found a lady in Russia that looked like the first lady in America. So they trained this lady to behave exactly like the first lady of America. And when the first lady made a goodwill visit to Russia, she was kidnapped and replaced with the second lady. And even the president could not realize that the wife that came back from Russia was not his wife. People around the first lady, some of them suspected that the behavior of the first lady since she came back from Russia was not the same. The Russians were looking for some information which they believed could only be given to them by somebody close to the president. Eventually, the woman had the information, but not without struggle. There were many times that she committed errors. I remember in the book one time she visited her family, and the dog in the house, you know dogs, they are smart animals, so you can't trick them. But when the dog was barking, they just brushed it aside that it was having indigestion. In the end, the second lady got the information. However, the Soviets had planned to eliminate her immediately they got the information. So somebody, the person who trained her, actually leaked this information, and the woman was told. In the end, they tried to eliminate her, but he also arranged for the woman to meet him somewhere, and he went to that place with the first lady. In the elimination process, one of them died. At the end, nobody knows who died. This story has made a lot of impact on me, because if you can be with a woman in the same room and you wouldn't know who that person is, and that person is another person, then at workplaces, in our churches, you can't trust who is your next co-worker, what they are thinking about you, what they are planning. Even me, you wouldn't be able to trust if you have such stories. This is a story that made a lot of impact on me. Anytime I remember it, it makes me think that you cannot trust everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Kojo Mattah, for taking time to share your experience and passion of your work with us.
Thank you, Christina. I've enjoyed talking to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you also for watching the Dream Big series. My name is Christiana Asare. Make a date with us, same time next week. Bye-bye.